Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are well. So, today we are going to start a new chapter number 19, Rectification of Errors. So, firstly, as the name states, rectify means correction, errors means mistakes. So, when we correct our mistakes, that is called rectification of errors. See, students, we all know that accountant, being a human, is likely to commit mistakes while recording the transactions in journal or posting them into the ledger or while preparing trial balance itself. So this is very mandatory to locate those errors, because otherwise we'll not get the actual profit or loss, right? Means we cannot show the true position of the business if we are not able to rectify the errors. Okay, so now even one thing I have already told you, that if any error is there, so we cannot correct by overwriting or erasing, because it reduces the authenticity of accounting records, right? And it even gives the impression that something is being concealed. So there are some methods which helps us to rectify our errors in a very good manner, so that it reflects the true position of the business. Now see, the method of rectification, lot of methods are there, but the method of rectification depends upon the stage at which the errors are rectified. So what are those stages? So rectification may be before the trial, before making trial balance, or after preparing trial balance, or after preparing our final accounts, right? Now the first method that we will discuss today is rectification of errors before preparation of trial balance. So when errors are detected before the preparation of trial balance, it should be assessed whether they are two-sided errors or single-sided error. So generally errors which do not affect the trial balance, they are called two-sided errors, and errors which affect the trial balance are called one-sided or single-sided errors, right? In order to rectify two-sided errors, a journal entry is to be passed, and for correcting this one-sided errors, we just have to write a statement only in order to rectify it, right? So let's see what are two-sided errors. Later on we will discuss single-sided errors. So two-sided errors are error of omission. Error of omission means we just forget to record any journal entry. If we forget to record, you know that neither it will affect the debit side nor it will affect credit side. So if no effect of it is there in any of the debit or credit side, so this error is called error of omission. The second one is error of a commission. Error of commission means a wrong amount, right, posted in any of the debit or credit. Now for example, if we have made sales of rupees 450, but by mistake we have written both on the debit and credit side 405, means we have written the wrong amount but on the both sides. So this is called two-sided error, and the error of commission. Now the error of principal. What is the error of principal? We have earlier discussed that when we purchase any fixed asset, so on that particular day, if any expense is there which is directly connected to that fixed asset, that will be the cost of that particular asset. It means when we have to pass the journal entry, what we will write? We'll write, suppose we have purchased machinery and 2000 we have spent on cartage, then we will write machinery account debit, cartage account debit to cash. Mean the total cost will be included cartage. But some people, what they do, some people debit only carriage, means they separately charge the carriage, so carriage account debit to cash, which is wrong, because the principle says that whenever any asset is to be purchased, any direct expense will be included in the cost. So if any person writes or charge that particular expense in another head, so that is called error of principle. Then is compensating errors. Compensating errors are those errors which compensates each other. For example, firstly on 1st of July we purchased goods of rupees 500, but by mistake we just passed the entry with rupees 50. On another day we just purchased goods for rupees 50 and we just write 500. So ये जो errors है ये एक दूसरे को खुद ही compensate कर देते हैं, right? So these errors are compensating errors. Now what are the rules of two-sided errors? See, an excess means if the account showing an excess debit balance, it should be credited इन द रेक्टिफाइंग एंट्री. सो अगर उसका बैलेंस हमने ज़्यादा डेबिट कर दिया तो हम उसको क्या करेंगे, क्रेडिट. इफ़ अ शॉर्ट डेबिट, इफ़ देर इज़ अ शॉर्ट डेबिट, इट शुड बी डेबिटेड. अगर कम है बैलेंस तो उसको हम बैलेंस को ज़्यादा कर देंगे. इफ़ देर इज़ एक्सेस क्रेडिट, इट शुड बी डेबिटेड. इफ़ देर इज़ अ शॉर्ट क्रेडिट, इट शुड बी credited. Right, in the rectifying entry means what we have to do, we have to just rectify the entry with the same. Agar suppose we have purchased goods for rupees 500 and we just pass the entry purchases account debit to cash with rupees 50, it means we are lacking with 450 rupees. Then again we will pass one another entry with the same amount, that is purchases account debit to cash with 450. It means a short debit should be debited. Now suppose we have purchased goods of rupees 50 and by mistake we have written 500, means we have written 450 in excess. Then what we have to do, we have to pass a reverse entry with 450 rupees so that we can cancel the effect of that debit or credit. So if there is a shorter balance, then we have to pass the same entry with the balance amount in order to rectify it. And if we have charged the excess amount, then we have to pass a reverse entry in order to show the effect of that. Right? So this was all about two-sided errors. Now in my next video, we will start the practical concept of two-sided errors by taking examples. Right? Till then, please do practice. Thank you so much.